All right, we have the vintage boats out running here on Lake Washington at the Chevrolet Cup. We see the 1982 Atlas Van Lines running head-to-head with the 1980 Griffin-powered Miss Budweiser. This situation is a replay of what happened in 1982 in the Gold Cup race at Detroit, when the Griffin Budweiser, then driven by the late Dean Chenoweth, and the Atlas Van Lines, then driven by Chip Hanauer, battled it out in the final heat with the Gold Cup at stake. The boats today are being driven by Mitch Evans in the Atlas and David Williams in the Budweiser. But seeing those two boats run together brings back memories of 22 years ago when those same two boats were fighting it out at Detroit for the Gold Cup. And it really brings chills down my spine to see those boats going at it again after all these years. The Rolls-Royce Merlin-powered Atlas Van Lines and the Rolls-Royce Griffin-powered Miss Budweiser, churning Lake Washington, as in days of old. Putting on a pretty good show for all the fans out here on this beautiful day at the lake. We also have the Miss Burien out there, a 1960 vintage Ted Jones hull out there doing its thing as Miss Burien. It also raced in later years as the Savers Pro. Had a 20-year racing career from 1960 to 1980, and is still back out there 44 years after the fact. We also have Hawaii Kai 3, a replica of Hawaii Kai 3. This particular hull was built in 1957 as Breathless 2. It's an identical hull copy of the original Hawaii Kai 3, which won the 1958 Gold Cup on Lake Washington, with Jack Regis driving. Coming down the front straightaway again, we see the Atlas and the Budweiser still running strong. That glorious Griffin sound, long absent from the Unlimited scene. They're now back out there again for a new generation of racing fans to appreciate and enjoy. I see the Atlas has a little bit of a lead now as they come onto the back stretch, but now the Budweiser pulls even with him and moves slightly ahead. Now the Atlas is starting to close in once again. Vintage Thunder at its spectacular best. Atlas Van Lines, Mitch Evans, Miss Budweiser, and David Williams. Heading up toward the north turn now. Running side by side. The Atlas has a slight lead. There's the Budweiser keeping up a full head of steam and coming down hard the outside. About to pull even with the Atlas. Takes a little bit of a bounce there. And they go over the finish line virtually dead even. Photo finish. Miss Budweiser and Atlas Van Lines. I would say the Budweiser was maybe 5 feet ahead. A close one. These were the boats that captivated the fans a generation ago. What memories they bring back. Thanks to the Hydroplane Raceboat Museum of Seattle, these boats have been magnificently restored into running condition. And now returning to the pits. make way for the current generation of turbine-powered unlimited hydroplanes. A wonderful trip down memory lane. It brings back memories.
So what's your favorite boat of all the unlimited classics? Which one's your favorite?
Hawaii Kai 3, the epitome of the all-conquering Ted Jones hulls of the 1950s. Then there was the 1962 Miss Bardol, which was to the 1960s what Hawaii Kai was to the 1950s. Those two boats, the Kai and the Bardol, epitomized the greatness of unlimited racing during those two wonderful decades.
All right, thanks, Fred. Fred Farley, hydroplane historian, Seattle Classic Hydros and all that Seafarer 2004. Thanks a lot for providing video footage provided by Stelvio Productions. Thanks a lot there, and have a good evening, good day. We'll see you after the race.
Right.
Final comment.
This has been so much fun again. Once again, I must say, personal comment here, this is my 38th year of doing the hydros here in Seattle, just watching them. And today was a pleasure to be able to be here. It rained on Thursday, rained on Friday. Saturday, yes, I cleared off. But today, it's what we always look for. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful, gorgeous. Couldn't have asked for a better day for hydroplanes here in Seattle, Washington. And joining me once again is Fred Farley. Fred, thank you very much for joining us this year again. Didn't have much of a chance to talk about the classic hydros, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Tell us how did things go today and what happened? Let's start with it on our post wrap-up show here. Let's start with the hydroplane that flipped over this morning right before things kicked in the wing. Take it from there.
I'm just grateful that the unlimited hydroplane safety code of the F-16 safety canopy, which no doubt saved driver Nate Brown's life. And the boat's a little worse shape than it was before the race, but boats can be fixed. And our driver walked away from it safe and sound. That's what I give thanks to the Almighty and to Ron Jones Sr., the man who first introduced the F-16 safety canopy in unlimited racing in 1986. Thanks to Ron Jones Sr., a lot of drivers that wouldn't be with us now are still with us now. So that's my thought about the Miss MCOR accident earlier today.
Now, how about the combination of the mixture of the Blue Angels and everything like that, and the combination of the races of the limited lights, the unlimited lights, and also the big hydroplanes? How do you think that's going to work out? How do you think that scenario is going to work? Is they going to work together again?
I'm sure they will, because the unlimited people came up through the ranks, through the unlimited lights and the other limited classes. They go together like hand and glove. So I see the unlimiteds and the unlimited lights together for many years to come.
Excellent. So there we have it. I was kind of hoping that the Budweiser would pull off a win just for nostalgic sake, because he's been here a long time, over 40 years, and then Bernie Little and the whole entire gang up there, they had a lot of money to put in this race, and we're sorry to see that Budweiser is pulling out their sponsorship and everything, and this is the last year for racing, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. So how do you think the sport is going to change over the next year or so?
Well, they'll go fast and they'll turn left.
Sounds good. That sounds about right. Anything else you'd like to say before we close up shop here for another year?
I think it's a marvelous farewell to the Miss Budweisers that they go out and a winner. And the final heat was very exciting. It came down to making a good start. The U16, the Miss Elam Plus, it was close, but they were about a boat length over by my estimation at the start. And you need to be in the right place at the right time, and the Budweiser did exactly that, and they deserved to win.
All right. Well, I guess that's going to wrap it up for us here now. And again, once again, Fred Farley, thank you very much. And if you want to check out, you have a question for Fred Farley, you can mail him at fredfarley@hydroprops.com. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you've answered many questions. And also don't forget to check our website at StelVideoProductions.com. Fred has a book out there, and that'll be put there on the website here shortly. So thanks again, Fred, and we'll see you again next year. Thanks, Fred.
You sure will. See you next time.
All right. Before we go, I must say that I've been good friends with Fred Farley. He's been very helpful over the years, and it's such a pleasure to know you. Take care, Fred, and we'll see you again next year.
Right.
All right. So until then, happy seafair, everyone. We'll see it.
Thanks for watching another segment of Solid Video Productions. Copyright 2009, copyright 2020. Solid Video Productions, all rights reserved. Be sure to visit us at our website, solidvideoproductions.com, and also Facebook, Twitter, and all the rest. Thanks.